What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Demo, white folks music. So, Cardi B appeared in Miami just last night or the night before last, and she came to 11 Miami, which is one of the city's most popular strip clubs. Stop the show. Let me write that down just in case I decide to show up. But she was there. It appears she was there with Offset, and 11 Miami is one of these clubs. It seems to be very, very exclusive. A lot of people like to come in to visit it. But one of the things that happens is that 11 Miami is known for its discrimination of dark-skinned black women. So before Cardi B went inside to, make an appearance or a performance, she said she was only going to go inside after all the black women were allowed to come into the club. Now, let me just say this. For guys in Miami, let me know if this is a true story, because I do have a video clip we're going to play here. I know for a fact that I used to live in Los Angeles. I'm actually technically from Los Angeles. And in West LA, Hollywood, and Beverly Hills, the rules were similar in certain places. I've been to clubs here in Europe where they would play black music and they wouldn't even let black people in. I've experienced that personally. I talked about that. So I do know that at the time, when you would go to like the Gate in Beverly Hills and places like that at the time, they would only let you in if you were an extremely beautiful woman. So if you were white and Persian, Latina, it was favorable. If you were black, you had to have a very, very certain good look to get into the club. Otherwise, they would tell you it's a private party. So those exclusive things happened back in the 90s. Now, for those of Miami that have been to this club, let me know, because you might correct me. But this is what the article was saying. And I could believe that to be the case because, I've seen certain clubs operate like that before. But what I want to do is I want to play Cardi B's Instagram clip, and then we'll come back and then we'll talk about this clip. Okay, guys, so you heard what she had to say. Let the black women into the club. Now, to be fair, Cardi B is Dominican, but I believe that Cardi B's married to a black man. Cardi B's, I believe, really loved her time in Nigeria and Ghana. I believe that Cardi B would assume that she is like Afro-Dominicana. That's what her leanings more or less are, I believe now. So I kind of think that Cardi B has a somewhat of association with the black community for sure. So she's saying let the black woman get into the club. Here's what I want to say. With all of the money that is out in Miami, then why don't the black women have their own club? I can tell you why. Because the black women, if they have their own club, or clubs that cater to black women, we know who that's going to attract. It's going to attract maybe some white men that like black women, but it's going to attract a lot of black men. And the kind of black men it's going to attract are going to be those who are the drug dealer types. You're going to have a lot of rapper types, and you're going to get gunshots. Okay? And it's going to deter the exclusive guys from, the other communities from coming. Right? Just like, I've been to Joburg. I've never been in their strip clubs, but their strip club scene is lit. There are the strip clubs for, the white women, okay, who are from, the Afrikaners, right? And those are more exclusive ones. Then there's the ones that's like kind of dangerous, and, the Uber won't even drop you off over there. I haven't been to that one before. I want to go, but I'm actually trying to get shot. And obviously, if you like black women, you're not going to go over there because it's dangerous, and you're not going to spend your money there. So what this seems to be is that the women who are black, they're going to at least attract, it could be two things. Number one, they're going to attract an audience of guys who can pay and have problems, or they're going to keep away the guys from the other communities, the whites, the Jewish, the Asian guys, from coming into the club. It also proves that if this is true, that there are a lot of guys who have money, and it's going to be controversial, who are not interested in black women at all. Okay, that's also could be true, because in the more upper tier clubs in Hollywood and in Beverly Hills, the guys who had a lot of money, because back in the 90s, the gate in the 2000s, that club was like $20 to get in. That was a lot of money 20 years ago. And then a lot of guys were not there to come check out black chicks. And if you were a black woman that got into that, you were very, very gorgeous. You were very, very elite. You was not from Compton or anything like that. You looked very, very good. And if you could make the cuts, you could get it. And I think you see what the problem is that, okay, number one, there is blatant racism for sure. But then there's something that, if these girls were Venezuelan, if they were Colombian, that wouldn't be a problem. There is a prejudice from other groups of guys, if what Cardi B is saying is correct, towards sisters. So what is the solution? The number one solution is you have enough people that are interested in black women that will go to the strip clubs. Just that, can you clean up your people so that they don't try to mess stuff up? Now, shout out to Magic City. They do a great job, and other clubs like that. But everything's not like Atlanta. People in other parts of the country can't, understand how to handle that, right? A lot of times you will see the sisters might do better with white management than black management. I don't know who owns Magic City now, but that could be an issue. And that is, if they don't want you there, then don't go. And that's the other thing that I want to talk to the black community about. We got to stop asking people, all right, if they're going to let us in. Let us in first to your establishment. Okay? Obviously, they're the one paying you, and I understand that, but let them in. Well, why can't you let yourself in? And I wanted to talk about the manosphere online community. When the manosphere was started, it was not a black thing. It was a men thing, but it was obviously operated and dominated by the whites, right? Which was no problem because they started it. The quote unquote word manosphere, you had Rollo Tomasi, Unlimitable Men, guys like that, Richard Cooper and Cars, Anthony Johnson 21 Convention. Hey, it's not their responsibility to, hey, open up the doors for guys in the black spaces. Although I will say, Rollo Tomasi and Anthony Johnson did an excellent job in allowing black content creators to even get into 21 Convention and other platforms. But there are a lot of guys who felt like, hey, we're a whole group of guys here and our needs are being underserved. It's probably best if we go serve those needs ourselves. Then, with that being said, you had Obsidian Media Network that had that epiphany, right? And then in came guys like myself, which I was there around on YouTube before he was, but I bought into that message. You have guys like Kevin Samuels. Now look at everybody that you have now. You're having meetups and things. It's not the best, but it's starting. So at a certain point, you have to start to service your own people and then clean your people up to make sure that they act right. Or if they don't, there's a consequence. So we have the money. For people who want to see black women that are strippers and dark or light or whatever, we have the money. But it's just that, do you appreciate your economy that you have? And a lot of us don't appreciate the black dollar. I even say it here on Black YouTube. I hear people saying, man, I don't want to create content in the African American spaces on Black YouTube, man. I'd rather go to the all white parts of YouTube. I've always heard that since 2017. But why not service the people for the things that we want to talk about? Why not maximize our economy? Because, if you don't, somebody else is going to do it. So I would say it's time in the black community that we really start to realize what we have and to start servicing our people to make it better for the future. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery means an all-time high. I'm out.